My brother's favorite classic Disney character is Donald Duck, so this video is dedicated to my brother. Donald also starts, surprise surprise, with a circle. Go ahead and draw mini rotations all from your shoulder. Our guidelines are a little different. Place a horizontal line towards the bottom fourth of your circle and a vertical one dividing your circle in half. Keep these lines light. Draw a small curved line between where your horizontal and vertical lines intersect. You're going to inverse this curve on both sides of your circle. This is the start of Donald's bill. Place this line on your guideline. His eyes are two eggs that lie above his bill and stop about 2/3 of his face. Since we are drawing a deflated or tired looking Donald, we're going to angle these eyes slightly towards his center guideline. I make the right one slightly larger than the other. Remember, feel free to add little touches like this to emphasize whatever emotion you're trying to capture. We add little curved lines framing his eyes to show that he is haggard. We're going to add his eyelid. It's very simple. Draw a curved line at the bottom of your little egg eye, and then finish the curve slightly outside of the eye and curve it back into the eye and finish it about halfway on the eye. This creates a lid that is almost closed, but it looks slightly saggy. His pupil is a small circle just underneath the little lid tuck. Darken his pupil. Repeat the same process but flip it for his right eye. Since this eye is slightly bigger, everything will also be bigger. So draw little curves framing his eye, then draw an eyelid by drawing a curved line towards the bottom of his eye. Draw a parallel curved line barely above his eyelid. Draw and darken a circular pupil underneath that eyelid. Now let's move on to his duckbill. So starting at the side of his eye, you're going to draw 3/4 of a circle that stops at the circle guideline. Begin placing his top bill by drawing a reverse S shape that stops before the 3/4 circle we just drew. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Connect these two S's with a straight line that is slightly angled downward. This diagonal effect will help show that Donald is a bit frazzled today. Now, this super dramatic line that I'm drawing across his bill would typically be straight. It shows the depth of his bill and where the end of it is. I'm drawing it very lopsided because I want to show that Donald is tired or frazzled or deflated, whatever. Cartoon artists will often use these little line details to drastically change the expression of their characters. So this is a trick that you will employ many times when practicing our favorite animation creations. His bottom bill is just a small rectangle that parallels our sloping top bill. Since this is a straight line and our top bill is sloping, the bottom bill will be cut off early. Add a small dark rectangle between our top and bottom bill to show his mouth is open. Let's move on to his head. Draw a small curved line on both sides that connects the side of his bill to our circle guideline. To finish out his eyebrow, we start at the top of our circle, draw a slight curved line, and parallel it to our eye. Keep this space wide to show his eyebrow is thick. You're going to repeat this process on the other side. In between his eyebrows, Donald always has a little tuft of feathers, so draw a couple of long oval shapes for feathers that point up, down, and out. Darken the side of the circle and add some more feather tufts on the side of his face. These feathers should point down. You can add as many or as few as you'd like. Add some feathers behind his right eyebrow and darken the rest of his circle. The last thing we need to do is his iconic hat. Starting in between our feathers and his right eyebrow, draw a curved line up towards the top of your page, about the length of 1 or 1.5 fingertips. Then pull that line all the way down the side of his head, making it more and more narrow as you go, until you cut it at a right angle next to the end of his left eyebrow. From here, go back to the start of his hat and draw a large, almost half circle, starting from the base of his hat. Draw another curved line starting at his left eyebrow and have it end where our first one ended. They are overlapping. Now his ribbon is just 2 parallel lines that jut out from the side of his head and are connected by an extremely curved line. It starts out narrow and gets wider at the bottom of the ribbon. As I'm shading his hat, I just want to remind my viewers that these characters take time to practice and master, so don't be afraid to pause any of my videos to work on your lines or to come back multiple times to practice a character. It usually takes me at least 3 tries before I can produce a video that I think has a good enough sketch, so remember that practice is where the magic really happens. There he is, there's Donald. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe and sign your name. And today, we have been drawing Donald Duck. See? Nothing to it.